Hello students. Yes, let me continue with the chapter haloalkanes and haloarenes. Yes, we were discussing about the chemical properties of the haloalkanes. In that we have discussed a nucleophilic substitution reactions, SN1, SN2 mechanism and difference between SN1, SN2 mechanism, and also we have discussed elimination reactions. What is the third category is remaining now? We have to discuss about the reaction of haloalkanes with metals. That is the third type of reactions with metals. Reaction of what with metals, students? Reaction of yes, haloalkanes with the metals. Okay, you read the heading. Yes. Here two are the first one. How the haloalkanes reacts with the metals. See, not only haloalkanes, any of the organic compounds, when they react with the metals, they form a compounds called as organometallic compounds. What those compounds are called as? Organometallic compounds. Organic compounds react with the metals to form a organometallic compounds. Okay, here we are particularly discussing about the haloalkanes. Now I am telling that alkyl halides reacts with the metals to form a organometallic compounds. Example here, see, when alkyl halides react with magnesium powder. Alkyl halide, I will write the general reaction. When alkyl halide react with magnesium powder in the presence of dry ether medium. In the presence of dry ether, alkyl magnesium halide is formed. What it is? Alkyl magnesium halide. Okay. This alkyl magnesium halide is known as Grignard reagent. Okay, important it is. What is Grignard reagent, students? The alkyl magnesium halide is called as Grignard reagent. How the Grignard reagent is prepared? Preparation of Grignard reagent. Okay, when alkyl halide is treated with the magnesium powder in dry ether. When alkyl halide is treated with the magnesium powder in dry ether, alkyl magnesium halide is formed. This is called as Grignard reagents. Okay. Why it is called as reagents? Because alkyl group may be anything here. It may be methyl, ethyl, propyl, like that. Therefore, it is called as what? It is called as Grignard reagent or Grignard reagents. Got it? Okay. Then, why dry ether is used here? Magnesium being a very highly reactive, got it? To suppress the reactivity of the magnesium with the moisture, with the water, moisture content in the atmosphere, it shouldn't react with the moisture. What happens if it reacts with the water? It forms the hydroxide. To avoid that, what we have used? Dry ether medium. It is an organic solvent. Got it? Okay. Yes, write the example for this. Example number 1, when methyl chloride, yes, write down, when methyl chloride is treated with the magnesium in dry ether, methyl magnesium chloride is formed. Methyl chloride CH3Cl plus Mg in the presence of dry ether, CH3MgCl, that is methyl, I have written in the explanation, methyl magnesium chloride is formed. This is also an example for what? Grignard reagent. Got it? Okay, you write another example here, C2H5Br plus Mg, dry ether. Okay, C2H5MgBr. Ethyl magnesium bromide is formed. These are the this is the formation of the Grignard reagent, or how the haloalkanes react with the metal. Okay, this is important. What is Grignard reagent? Alkyl magnesium halide is called as Grignard reagent. How the Grignard reagent is prepared? It is prepared by treating the alkyl halide with the magnesium powder in the dry ether. These two are the examples. Okay, now we have to study about the nature of this Grignard reagent. Yes, Grignard reagent are MgX. For example, CH3 MgCl. Yes, see here, there is a bond between the carbon and magnesium. Carbon and magnesium. Okay, we know that magnesium is a metal, therefore it is the highly electropositive. Compared to the magnesium, carbon is electronegative. Therefore, what happens? Partial separation of charges will take place. This gets a partially positive charge, and this gets the partially negative charge. Okay, hence the polarity arises here. It is not the covalent, it is not the ionic bond. It is the covalent bond. Okay, it is even though it is covalent bond, the partial polarity arises. Okay, this bond becomes polar. And now the bond between the magnesium and halogen, this is what? Covalent, which is polar. Okay, and the bond between the magnesium and halogen is what? Ionic. It is the ionic bond. And here the halogen will be more electronegative and it is more electropositive. Got it? Okay, and here the polarity arises. Therefore, it becomes polar covalent bond. Okay, to tell about the importance of Grignard reagent means it is widely used in the preparation of number of organic compounds or in the conversion of one organic compound to another organic compound. Okay, and also it reacts with the protic solvents. Okay, like water, alcohol, ammonia, and it abstracts the hydrogen atom to form a magnesium hydroxide. For example, see here, it reacts with the water. Alkyl magnesium halide reacts with the water and abstract the protons to form RMgOH. It takes the proton. It forms the alkyl magnesium hydroxide. It forms alkyl magnesium hydroxide. Then what is remaining? RH. Sorry. It forms the magnesium hydroxide. Okay. Magnesium hydroxide it forms, and what it is? Hydrocarbons. Alkyl magnesium halides are highly reactive in nature because of the polar covalent bond. Grignard reagents are highly reactive. Okay, they can react with any of the polar solvents like what I have told, water and alcohol, and they form a hydrocarbons. This is one of the methods for the preparation of the hydrocarbons. Okay. See here how it reacts with the water. I will write it once again. MgOH plus RH means what? R means any of the methyl group or ethyl group. Okay. If I add H here, it will be CH4. If I add H here, it will be ethane, methane. Like this will be prepared. Got it? So you can write these as a note. After the examples, you can write these as a note. What is the first note? You write RMgX, and then RMg bond is polar covalent and MgX bond is ionic in nature. Okay. Next point, the Grignard reagents are highly reactive in nature and they react with the polar solvents like water, alcohol. They abstract the proton to form a hydrocarbons. Okay. This is all about the Grignard reagents. So please students remember regarding the Grignard reagent. Got it? Okay. Then we'll move on to the next reaction. Okay. In the reaction with metals, I have studied reaction with Grignard reagent, isn't it? reaction with the metals ಅಲ್ಲಿ first one ಯಾವುದು? With the Grignard reagent. That's what we have with the magnesium metal we have studied. Okay, with the magnesium metal. So next one is what? Next one is what? Which you have studied it already. That is Wood's reaction. Yes or no? You have studied. The first PUC I only have taught it, and I had told it is very important reaction. Okay, students, you just try to recall what is Wood's reaction. Okay, when two molecules of alkyl halides react with what metal? I'm not writing the explanation. When two molecules of alkyl halide Rx plus Rx, when two molecules of alkyl halide react with what metal? Sodium metal. In presence of dry ether, what is formed? This alkyl group join together to form what? Higher alkane. Higher alkanes are formed. This is called as Wood's reaction. Okay, we are studying the reactions of alkyl halide with the metals, that is sodium metal. So this is one of the important reactions. So I have quoted here. Okay, what is Wood's reaction? When two molecules of alkyl halides reacts with the sodium metal in dry ether medium, higher alkanes are formed. This is called as Wood's reaction. Okay, this is called as general reaction. Okay, now you have to write the examples. Okay, example, first one, CH3Cl plus 2Na, CH3Cl in the presence of dry ether, CH3 plus 2NaCl. What is formed here? When I use the methyl chloride, I got the ethane. I got what? Ethane. This is what? Methyl. Don't forget to write the name of the product and reactants. Okay. Second one, C2H5Br. I am using the ethyl bromide. Okay. Instead of writing it like this, I will take it here 2 times. And 2Na gives C2H5 plus 2NaBr. Got it? C2H5, ethyl, don't read it as ethyl. This is nothing but CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. What it is? It is a butane, N-butane. Okay? Yes, and also we know that in the Wood's reaction we can prepare the higher alkanes with the even number of carbon atoms. Higher alkanes with the even number of carbon atoms, that we know. Got it? Okay, this is all about the reaction of alkyl halides with metals. Okay, this completes the chemical reactions of haloalkanes. Okay, next we have to study the chemical reactions of what? Haloarenes. Okay, next you write the heading, the chemical properties of haloarenes. Yes, chemical properties of haloarenes. Okay, here we have to discuss the nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloarenes and electrophilic substitution reactions of haloarenes, like how we have discussed in case of the haloalkanes. Okay, nucleophilic substitution means what? Any of the electron rich species should come and attack to the haloarene. Haloarene means halogen directly attached to the benzene ring. Okay, for example, benzene ring, halogen. Any of the nucleophile electron rich species should come and attack here. See, benzene itself is a highly electronegative now, and nucleophile coming means it faces some difficulty to come and attack here, isn't it? Okay, so generally I can say that haloarenes undergo nucleophilic substitution reactions slowly compared to haloalkanes. Okay, haloarenes less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, you write it down. Haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, why? Or give reason. This is important. Okay, why haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction? Give reasons. Okay, that depends upon the number of marks. For 2 marks or 1 marks they can ask. Now, what are the reasons for this? Why haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction? Okay, to understand the first reason, let me write the resonance structures of the chlorobenzene. Chlorine, 1 dot. Okay, 1 pair of dot. Okay, you all can write the resonance structures of the chlorobenzene. Write it down. Okay, these are the resonance structures of chlorobenzene. Okay, see here what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 resonating structures the chlorobenzene can show. Okay, see, in all these 5 resonating structures, the electrons are transferring, or electrons are delocalized, electrons are traveling from one carbon atom to another carbon atom. Okay, yes, here due to this, as this carbon is giving its lone pair of electrons to this, as this chlorine atom is giving its lone pair of electrons here, there is a formation of partial double bond between carbon and chlorine atom. Example, chlorine I have taken, generally I can say halogen atom. Okay, due to the resonance of haloarenes, the formation of partial double bond between the carbon and halogen takes place. We know that breaking of the double bond is quite difficult. Okay, nucleophilic substitution reaction means what should I do now? I have to break this bond. Okay, remove that Cl and for example can attach the nucleophile like OH. Okay, because of the resonance, as it has got the partial double bond character, it is difficult to break the bonding. Got it? This is the first reason. Then second one. Okay, if any of the aryl halide athwa haloarenes we say, okay, if we have to replace it with any of the nucleophile, I have to break this bond. What happens if I break this bond? What happens if it gets ionized? Here it gets the, I'll write it like this. Okay, here it gets the partially positive charge, isn't it? What it is called as phenyl cation. Okay, this formed phenyl cation is highly unstable. Okay, all the compounds will be in the tendency to attain the stability, not to attain the instability. When it is going to lose the halide ion, it becomes highly unstable and it doesn't want it, isn't it? Therefore, it will not make its mind to undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, this is the second reason. What is the second reason? The dissociation of haloarene gives the phenyl cation. The formed phenyl cation is highly unstable in nature, or it is also called as phenate ion. Okay. Next, what is the third reason? See, in case of haloarenes, this carbon atom, the carbon atom attached with a halogen is what? sp2 hybridized. Okay. Because of the sp2 hybridized carbon atom attached with a halogen, that carbon atom is electronegative, more electronegative. The electronegativity is decided by the hybridization. sp hybridized carbon atom is more electronegative than sp2 hybridized carbon atom, which is more electronegative than sp3 hybridized carbon atom, because the electronegativity depends on the percentage of s character. We have discussed in the first PUC, percentage of s character. Okay, so then what is the third reason? As the carbon atom in the haloarenes is sp2 hybridized, the carbon atom is more electronegative. As it more electronegative, when the nucleophile is coming inside, that is also electronegative, they will repel each other. Therefore, the haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay. Then, what is the fourth common reason? Okay. Haloarene means what? It is a benzene. Okay. In the benzene, when pure benzene we take, we know that in the benzene the continuous delocalization of pi electrons will be there. Pi electrons will be moving around, or that it is the benzene ring is fused between the pi electron cloud we have studied, isn't it? When pi electron, that what we call delocalized pi electrons. Benzene is more electronegative due to the delocalized pi electrons. Hence, it will not show interest in undergoing the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Got it? These are the four reasons. Okay. See students, I have listed out the four reasons why haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. All these four reasons are important. Okay, in the board exam it is asked why haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. Give any two reasons. Carries 2 marks. Any of these two reasons you can write. Okay, in the notes explanation will be there. Instead of that, I have written the reasons in short. So you can write this in your notes. Got it? Okay. Now we will study some of the examples for nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloarenes. Okay. See, some examples are given in NCERT. When chlorobenzene is heated with the sodium hydroxide at 673 Kelvin temperature by maintaining 300 atmospheric pressure in the acidic medium, it forms what? Phenol. Okay. In the middle, when chlorobenzene is treated with by maintaining these many conditions, it forms the sodium phenate first. O minus Na plus. What it is? In the middle of the reaction, it forms the sodium phenate, which on acidification it gives the phenol. Okay. When chlorobenzene is heated with the sodium hydroxide at a 623 Kelvin temperature by maintaining 300 atmospheric pressure in the acidic medium, first it forms the sodium phenate, then it